Hello, I'm Cami Martinez, and this is vlog 9 for Communications 45, and I read The Rhetorical Act, Chapter 7, The Resource of Language. Language is one of the most fundamental pieces of society, and it is also one of the most fundamental pieces of rhetorical action. Language has three primary definitions and dimensions when it comes to rhetorical writing, or just existence and action. And these three dimensions are naming, abstracting, and negating. Naming is when you put a name to something. It's kind of self-explanatory, but it enables us to order, call attention to, focus, define, and evaluate. So when you name something, it gives you a mental image. It gives you a concrete definition of what something is. Names have denotative and connotative meanings, so they have a strict definition, and they have for denotative and a connotative, which a definition or a meaning that changes based on the context, as denotative and connotative imply. There's also abstracting, which is another form of identification. It's when you take something out of its original context and pull it out of reality. It makes it less literal in language. So you have least abstract things and largely abstract things. So like least abstract things would be your personal experiences. You've gone through them. It is concrete. It is in your memory. It is in your knowledge. And then you have more abstract notions, like the universe. Like people know it exists, or the concept of the universe. People know it exists, but a lot of us don't have the capabilities of touching it. Another good one would be identity. People know it exists, but there's no solid definition for it. It is kind of just a thing that exists. And it can be thought of and identified and named in many different ways. And next is negating, which is the opposite of naming something. So when you name something, you set clear boundaries on what something is, and negating is everything else that thing you named isn't. So negating is what is left behind when something is defined or named. And it's another form of abstracting, just in an opposite direction. It's abstracting everything instead of just one thing. There are many different factors that play into how language works in rhetoric. You got language style, which is based on formality, precision, literalness, and redundancy. So for the first three definitely apply for writing, and the last one more for speaking. But how formal is this piece of work? Is it for your friends, or is it for the United Nations? Precision, how precise is it? Usually the more precise it is, the better it is. So are you bringing every single word down and defining every single word, or are you just letting people's notions of and background understanding take the reins? And then literalness is, are you talking in actual terms, like there is a brick right there and you're talking about that one brick, or are you talking figuratively about any brick? And then for speaking, redundancy is how often do you repeat your points in order to get it across, because written and spoken word are completely different in how they must be and engage with human beings. Styles must also be clear, vivid, and appropriate and consistent in order to maintain a stronger image and message.